1968 Lincoln penny. Could it really be worth $1.3 million? Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a simple penny, and discovering it could change your life forever. Today we are talking about the 1968 Lincoln penny, a coin that millions of people overlook every single day, but one that has sparked rumors, myths, and even dreams of becoming a millionaire overnight. But here is the truth right from the beginning. The idea that a regular 1968 penny is worth $1.3 million is not accurate. However, some versions of this coin can still be worth serious money, and by the end of this video, you will know exactly what to look for and whether you might be holding something valuable. Let us start with the history. The 1968 Lincoln penny was produced during an interesting time in American coin history. After several years without mint marks, the United States Mint brought them back in 1968. That means the small letter D on your coin tells you it was made in Denver, and here is something surprising: almost 2.9 billion of these coins were made in Denver alone. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2 US coins guide, that is billions, so right away you should understand this. Most 1968 pennies are very common. Now let us talk about what the coin is made of. The 1968 penny is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2 US coins guide. Because of this, even the metal inside the coin is worth more than 1 cent today. In fact, the copper value alone is about 2 to 3 cents. So yes, every 1968 penny is technically worth more than face value, but that does not make it rare. Now here comes the important part: what is it actually worth? If you find a normal circulated 1968 penny, it is usually worth between 1 cent and a few cents. If the coin is in uncirculated condition, meaning it looks almost brand new, it might be worth around 10 to 25 cents or slightly more. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2 US coins guide, and if it is in very high mint condition it could sell for a few $100s. In fact, one of the best known examples sold for about $2,300 at auction. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2 US coins guide. So yes, there is value, but nowhere near $1.3 million. Now you might be wondering, why do people say these coins are worth huge amounts? The answer is simple: error coins. Error coins are mistakes made during the minting process, and these mistakes can turn an ordinary coin into something extremely valuable. For the 1968 penny, some of the most important errors include: double die errors, where the design appears doubled; off-center strikes, where the image is not properly aligned; coins struck on the wrong metal plankette; and weak or missing details caused by worn dies during production. Some rare error coins from 1968 have sold for thousands, and in extreme cases even tens of thousands of dollars, depending on condition and rarity. IDRSS inverted question mark 1/2 coin. No. But again, these are extremely rare. Not something you will find easily in everyday change. Another factor that affects value is condition. Collectors use grading systems, and coins in near-perfect condition called mint state are much more valuable. A worn coin that has been in circulation for years will never reach high prices. So if you are checking your coins, look for sharp details, bright original color, and no scratches or damage. Now let us address the big claim. Is there a 1968 penny worth $1.3 million? There is no verified sale or record of a 1968 Lincoln penny reaching anywhere near that price. Coins that reach over $1 million are usually extremely rare. Historical pieces are unique mint errors with only 1 or 2 known examples. The 1968 penny simply does not fall into that category. So if someone tells you your coin is worth over $1 million, be very careful. There are many scams and exaggerated claims online. That said, do not ignore your coins, because valuable coins do exist. And sometimes people really do find hidden treasures in their pocket change. So here is what you should do. Take a close look at your 1968 penny. Check for unusual features. Look at the date and lettering carefully. Examine the coin under good lighting. And if you think you have something special, consider getting it checked by a professional coin grading service. Because even though most of these coins are common, a rare ore could still be worth a surprising amount of money. In the end, the 1968 D Lincoln penny is a fascinating piece of history. It tells a story of a time when billions of coins were produced, yet collectors still search through them hoping to find that one rare piece, and that is what makes coin collecting so exciting. The treasure might be small, but the possibility is always big. So next time you see a penny, do not ignore it, because you never know what looks like 1 cent could be worth much more. If you want, I can also rewrite this into a viral-style script with hook lines, suspense, and higher retention for YouTube. 1914 Lincoln penny, the rare coin that could be worth a fortune. Imagine holding a tiny piece of copper that looks completely ordinary, yet collectors are willing to pay thousands of dollars for it. Today we are diving into the story of the 1914 Lincoln penny, one of the most famous and sought-after coins in American history, and you may have heard wild claims online that this coin is worth $1.7 million, but how much of that is true, and could you actually have one in your collection? Let us find out. The story of the Lincoln penny begins in 1909, when the United States introduced a brand new design to honor President Abraham Lincoln. This was the first time a real person appeared on a regular U.S. coin. The designer was Victor David Brenner, and his portrait of Lincoln is still recognized all over the world today. By 1914, the coin was already widely used across the country, but something unusual happened that year. The 1914 Lincoln penny was produced at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most of the coins came from Philadelphia, which did not use a mint mark, but the coins made in Denver, marked with a small d under the date, are the ones that collectors dream about. The 1914 D Lincoln penny is considered one of the key dates in the entire Lincoln cent series, and here is why. Only about 1.2 million of these coins were minted in Denver. That might sound like a lot, but compared to other years where hundreds of millions were produced, this is extremely low. Over time, many of these coins were lost, damaged, or worn down in circulation. That means finding one today, especially in good condition, is very difficult. Now let us talk about value. If you find a worn 1914 D penny that has been heavily circulated, it can still be worth several $100s even in poor condition. Collectors are willing to pay because of its rarity. If the coin is in decent condition with clear details, the value can rise into the thousands, and for coins in excellent condition with sharp features and original color, prices can reach tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Some high-grade examples have sold for well over $100,000. That is an incredible return for a 1 cent coin. But now we need to address the big claim: is the 1914 Lincoln penny worth $1.7 million? There is no verified record of a 1914 penny selling for that amount. Coins that reach into the $1 million range are usually extremely rare, one of a kind, or historically unique pieces. The 1914 D penny is rare and valuable, but it does not reach that level. So where do these huge numbers come from? Often they come from exaggerations, misunderstandings, or confusion with other rare coins. However, that does not make this coin any less exciting. In fact, the 1914 D penny is one of the most important coins for collectors to look for. Now there is something else you need to know. Because this coin is so valuable, it has been heavily counterfeited. Some people take a regular 1914 penny from Philadelphia and try to add a fake D mint mark. Others alter coins to make them look more valuable than they really are. So if you think you have a 1914 D penny, you need to examine it very carefully. Look at the mint mark closely. Check if it matches the style and placement used by the Denver Mint. If anything looks unusual or suspicious, it is best to have the coin authenticated by a professional grading service. This step is extremely important because the difference between a genuine coin and a fake one can be worth thousands of dollars. Now let us talk about what affects the value of your coin. The first factor is condition. Coins that are well preserved with minimal wear are always worth more. Collectors look for strong details in Lincoln's face, clear lettering, and a clean surface. The second factor is color. Original red copper coins are the most valuable. Brown coins that have darkened over time are usually worth less. The third factor is authenticity. As mentioned earlier, this coin is often faked, so verified coins command much higher prices. So what should you do if you want to find one? Start by checking old coin collections, jars of pennies, or inherited items from family members. Many valuable coins are discovered in places people forget to look. Use a magnifying glass and good lighting. Take your time and inspect each coin carefully, and remember, patience is key. Most people will never find one, but some do, and that is what keeps collectors searching. The 1914 Lincoln penny is more than just a coin. It is a piece of history from over a century ago, a reminder of a time when a single cent could actually buy something, and today it stands as one of the most iconic and valuable coins in American numismatics. So the next time you come across an old penny, do not ignore it, because hidden among the ordinary coins could be something extraordinary. And while it may not be worth $1.7 million, it could still be worth a small fortune. If you want, I can turn this into a higher attention viral script with stronger hooks, curiosity gaps, and pacing for YouTube growth.